in year 4. I hope your first week of isolation is going okay. So the maths lessons from now on will be a video by myself, and then I'll go through the sheet in detail so you know what to do. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to start a new topic, and we're going to do all about data handling. So I'm going to share my screen with you now so I can explain it a little bit better to you. So I've tried to keep the structure of the lessons similar. You'll have to excuse this black line on my the screen. My laptop's a bit broken. So today we're going to interpret data. I have done a mental maths for you. So in a minute you might want to pause the video and on some paper have a go at doing these calculations. So we're just going to go back in the column method because I just think that's something that we need to continually keep practicing. So I've just done an example for you here, setting it out in the column method. And obviously 8 plus 3 is 11. So I've put 1 in the ones column and carried the tens into the tens column. Then I've added up my tens. 4 tens and 3 tens is 7 tens. Plus 1 10 is 8 tens. I don't need to rename because it's not over 10. And then I've added my 100, 600 plus 400 is 1000. So you put the 0 there and carry the 1000 into the thousands column. And then 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7,000. So if you want to pause the screen in a minute or go back to it, whichever way you want to do it, there's 4 calculations for you to do using the column method. Okay, so when we've done that, we're going to start our topic on data. Now, interpreting data is just information that has been put into different examples. You know, pictograms. So here's an example of a pictogram. I've got a bar chart here. You can have line graphs and different things. It's just information that's been collected and it's been shown in different graphs and charts. So I'm sure you've all come across a pictogram before. Move this over. So a pictogram here, it's got days of the weeks at the bottom, and then it's got the amount of cars that are about days of the week. In this, it's telling you that one circle represents 10 cars. Now, in different pictograms, the picture might represent 1 of something, represent 2 of something, represent 5. But in the example that I'm showing you, one whole circle represents 10 cars. So if one whole circle represents 10 cars, what do you think half a circle would represent? Well, it would represent half of 10, which is 5. So sometimes you might get questions saying, how many cars were on the road on a Monday? So you know that this represents 10, so you count 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Monday, there were 50 cars on the road. Then if it was asking you how many cars were on Tuesday, 10, 20, 30. Now remember, half of the circle is half of 10, so that's 5. So that's 30 plus 5, which is 35. If it was Wednesday, 10, 20, Thursday, 10, 20, and then 5, 25, and 10 and 5 for Friday is 15. So just be mindful to look at what the picture represents and how much it represents. That's a pictogram, and I'm looking at the information in that. If I was looking at the bar chart, here it's birthdays of students by month. So at the bottom, you've got all the months, January to December, and then you've got the number of students. Now, if you have a look, this is not going up in ones. Look, it's going up 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So what number would lie here between 0 and 2? That would be 1. Although 1 hasn't been labelled, that's where 1 would be. Between 2 and 4, this number here would be 3. So some of the bars, if you look here, January, goes halfway between 2 and 4, which would be 3. So if you had a question like how many people's birthdays was it in January, you wouldn't put 2 or 4. It comes in between 2 or 4, which is 3. You've got some easy ones where it goes right up. If you're looking at how many people's birthdays it was in May, you could follow that up and go across. I like to say go up the stairs and across the corridor. It's 8. Another easy one, June, go up the stairs and across the corridor, 10. But you do have some ones that fall in the middle, so September, up the stairs and across the corridor. That lies between 6 and 8, which you know would be the number 7. So it's just having a look at the different charts and interpreting the data, understanding what the chart showing you. No, this is your work today that you will find that I've sent a link for you to get to this picture. So you don't have to freeze the screen. I'm just showing you it. And then you can do your work on paper and then email it as the email address. But I just want to go through quickly the activities with you. So there's a pictogram here. It's saying each ice cream represents 2 ice creams, and it asks you questions about it. So remember, you'll be counting in twos. Then it says here, the shop says 6 chocolate ice creams. What mistake has Annie made? We'll have a look at the chocolate ice creams and see how many there. What mistake do you think Annie has made? How many chocolate ice creams were sold? That means in total, so you have to count all of them, wouldn't you, for that? How many strawberry ice creams were sold? Well, look at the strawberry section. And it says 7 mint chocolate ice creams were sold. Complete the diagram to show this. Now with this, because you can't draw on the sheet, I would just expect you to draw mint chocolate and then draw some pictures to show that 7 mint chocolate ice creams were sold. Now remember, 1 ice cream represents 2. So if you want to represent the number 1, you'd have to do half an ice cream. So just draw that for the mint chocolate one. Then we've got number 2, it's a bar chart, and it is asking you to complete the table using information from the bar chart. So it's just asking you how many children visited each country and write the number next to them. Again, you can draw this chart on paper and just fill in the answers by looking at the bar chart. Complete the pictogram using the information in the bar chart. So you've got to create a pictogram, so you can draw this table on the piece of paper. And then using the information from here, I need you to draw pictures to represent it. So the key is saying 1 circle represents 4 children. So for example, Spain had 8 children. So how many circles would you need to draw for Spain if you're using the circle to represent 4? Now, if you draw half a circle, that's going to be half 4, isn't it, which represents 2. So have a look how many people visited each country and then draw the correct pictures to represent that. Now, the second sheet gets a little bit trickier, but I'm more than sure that you're capable of doing this. So here, look, you've got lots of different counters, and some of them are green, some of them are blue, and some of them are purple. I'm just going to try and zoom in a little bit on this one, so you can see it a bit clearer. That's better. So, 3 charts have been made, look, to represent the blue, green, yellow, and purple counters. It says which chart represents the picture. So what you would need to do is count how many blue counters, green, yellow, and purple there are. Although this doesn't have the number next to how many there are, you'll be able to see, are there more blue than green? Are there less blue than green? Does yellow have the lowest amount of counters? Does pink have the lowest amount of counters? And you need to choose whether chart A, B, or C that represents this here. On number 4, it says use the clues to label the bar chart. Now, I would like you to draw this on paper as best you can. I know it's a bit tricky, but have a go. We're not expecting you to get everything right, but just have a go at it. And then it says here, use the clues to label this bar chart. So number of Huddersfield Town supporters is half the number of Halifax Town supporters. So you're going to need to look for a bar. Here, look, this bar here is 8. So if that was the Huddersfield Town supporters, you'd expect the Halifax Town supporters to be 4, because 4 is half of 8. If you have a look here, there is a bar that represents 4. So that one would be the Huddersfield Town supporters, and that would be the Halifax Town supporters. And it says more people supported Halifax Town than did any other team. So look at the bars to try and match up. So you've got Brighton City, Leeds United, Huddersfield Town, Manchester United, and Halifax. And each one of these bars represents one of these. Well, we've already found these 2 together from the clues. Have a look at the others. And then this one here, it says 4 classes of children were asked what their favourite animals are. match the table to the chart. So I'm not expecting you to draw the table and the chart out. What I would like you to do is say, look at class A, and look, it tells you all the 4 different animals and how many children said it was their favourite animal. So if we look, in class A, 8 people said dog. Well, if I look here, dog, 4 people, that's not going to match to that, is it? Here, dog, remember looking for 8 people that said dog. It says 1 square represents 4 children. That would be 4, 8. So this could be matched to this one. Let's check. Cat, 2. Now here's a square that represents 4. So half a square would represent 2. Rabbit, 7. Well, here you've got a rabbit with a square which is 4. And this is a little bit trickier because this isn't a full square, it isn't half a square. So half a square would be 2. And then there's not quite a full square, so that would be 3. So 4 and 3 is 7. And just to check, the snake is 12. Well, here, look, snake, that's not representing 12, is it? For that to be 12, that would have to be 3 squares, 4, 8, 12. So it's not that one. So then I'd have to check the next one and the next one. And the class B, you do the same. What I'd like you to write down is class A got 1, 2, 3 or 4, decide which one it is. Class B, you chart 1, 2, 3 or 4, decide what it is. Don't guess them. I need you to actually interpret the data in each one and match it up. Now, question 3, 4, and 5 are a little bit trickier than the first sort of questions. So what I think I'm going to suggest is everybody does the first sheet and question 3. Then I would like the back 2 tables in each class to have a go at question 4 and 5 as a challenge. It doesn't matter if you don't get them right, just have a go. But I'd like everyone to at least do up to question 3. And then if you want to challenge yourself, have a go at 4 and 5. But I'm definitely expecting the back 2 tables in maths to be doing question 4 and 5. If you're stuck, message me on the blog. But have a go and see how you get on. Okay? Have a good day, and the new video for tomorrow will be up with some new instructions for you to follow. Okay, bye guys.